Hello and welcome to 2.2 Lab 1. Open this file, the 2.2 Lab 1 HTML in your browser and in Visual Studio, and let's dive in. So first thing, like I said, open up in your browser in Visual Studio, add your name section email, so you have that up there. We've done that tons of times already. And then we need to find your code starts after this line. So let me scroll down and find that. Okay, part 1, your code starts after this line. We need to create a variable named apples and a variable named oranges. So as you can see, I created a variable section here with apples and oranges. Then we're asked to assign the number 10 to apples and 7 to oranges. So I did that in my assignment section here, where I assigned the number 10 to apples and 7 to oranges. Then we're supposed to output the variables with some text. Now, in this case, we are going to use the actual variables that will output the numbers 10 and 7, not the numbers themselves. And we're going to use multiple document write statements to do that, to have it output like here, where we have 10 apples and 7 oranges. And here's an example to help you along, but let me show you how I did it. So I wrote the document write statement I have, and then I put another statement with the apples, and then my period, and then I have, and then notice I used a document write line there so I could get a carriage return at the end, so I could have each sentence on its own line, and then another I have and period down here surrounding the oranges. So notice what happens when I use variables, in this case apples and oranges, without the quotes, the actual variables, the values 10 and 7 get replaced for them. So this should say I have 10, I have 7. So if I go back here, it says I have 10, I have 7. Now I need to add the apples and oranges in there, so let me go ahead and do that right now. Apples and oranges. Let me save that. Refresh my screen here. So now I have 10. Oops, I forgot my spaces. So let me go back and put in the spacing that I need. Refresh my screen. I have 10 apples and 7 oranges. So this value 10 and this value 7 are actually coming from my variables and outputting that to the screen. Now in part 2, we need to scroll down and find our section for that code, for your code starts after this line. And we need to create several variables. A variable that holds a page count, a second variable holds a page count. We need to put 100 and 200 in there respectively, and a variable that holds a total of page counts. And then we're going to assign 100 and 200. Then we're going to add those together and store them in the total variable, and the output has to look like this. Book 1 is 100, 2 is 200, and there are a total of 300 pages. Okay? Now, don't just type this text in. We're going to use math. We're going to use the variables to do the math for us. Let me show you how this works. So first, in my variables section, I created 3 variables. Variable for page count 1, page count 2, and page total. Then in my assignment section, I assigned the 100 to page count 1, the 200 to page count 2, and then for my page total, what I did was, instead of just taking 100 and 200 and hard coding it in there, I took the variable for page count 1 and added it to the variable of page count 2. So that the value of page total now is 300. Yeah, could I have put 100 and 200 in there? It would have worked, yes, but the reason why we don't want to do that, we want to hard code as little as possible, because you might be getting this information for page count 1 and page count 2. Might be coming from a user, might be coming from a database, what have you. It's not always going to be maybe 100 and 200. So if you use variables, you're assured that whatever is assigned to those variables is going to end up changing what your total is. Maybe the next time you run the program and pull from a database or the end user, the page count is 150 for page count 1. Therefore, the page total should change to 350. So we're assigning that information to each of those variables, and then we can use those variables in our document write statements. So here in my output section, I document write book 1 has, and then my page count for book 1, and then the pages, and I used a write ln statement. Then book 2 has page count 2 pages. There are a total of, and then my page total and pages, so that when I output that to the screen, I get book 1 has 100 pages, book 2 has 200 pages. There are a total of 300 pages. If you have any questions, let me know, and happy coding.